78% of suicide rates worldwide are men. What can we do to help them? Let them feel safe to express their emotions and allow them to seek help without the risk of public ridicule. Let men talk about their feelings and be vulnerable without being mocked for it. Let men be feminine and stop trying to force them to live up to ideals. Fix the fucking school system. Encourage men to be more open about their emotions. We're always taught to bury our emotions for fear of being ridiculed by our peers. Being a tough guy is all well and good until it gets to the point that someone's mental health is sacrificed. I ought to take my own advice. If you have a friend or family member that is known to struggle with mental illness, make sure that they always know that you're always there for them. If you see someone struggling with demons, approach them and ask them if they are dealing with any mental illnesses or negative emotions. Don't do it in an accusatory manner. Just ask them what they have on their mind and if they have anything they want to get off their chest. Make it obvious that you don't care what it is or why it's happening. If it's serious enough, encourage them to seek help from a psychologist, and offer to help them go through that process too. Also, if someone is struggling with depression, doing little things like taking them out for lunch, a movie, or really anything they enjoy doing will help. Telling them you love them, appreciate them, and other positive reassurance will help too. It is the wrong time of year to mention this, but I have been participating in the Movember movement for a decade now. They are actively funding initiatives to help curb mental illness and suicide in men. I think it's a great cause. https://ca.movember.com/ https://www.reddit.com/r/movember/. Let us loose in the wild for a minimum of 48 hours every 2 weeks. Thank you for caring. Give them some pussy, an affordable place to stay, and some money so they can eat, Japanese yen. For me, as an atypical man, short, not super masculine, etc., I just want to be accepted for who I am by people. Men who don't fit the standard mold are often viewed as weird or different. And our society doesn't care about that really. Men are supposed to be outgoing, aggressive, in command. If you're a quiet, introverted man, it basically means going out involves being alone with people. If a girl goes out, someone will come and talk to her if she's alone. Often, not always. If a guy goes out, no one will come and talk to us. We're just window dressing for the bar/club/coffee shop. I'm not aggressive in starting conversation, I'm not outgoing, I want someone to choose to engage with me, and in our society, this very rarely happens. I don't have any friends really, because I don't actively try to make them, and people don't go out of their way to try and become friends with introverted men. Stop blaming them for everything. I don't know about the world, but for America, bring back manufacturing jobs. We should have mandatory apprenticeships like in Switzerland, as well as we should raise men again, learn to compete, and sportsmanship, and teach them respect, make allies not enemies. More sport, since sport teaches men to appreciate a person for skill or talent, not race or culture. That's what we gotta get back to. This would help with suicides in my view, since many kill themselves due to feeling worthless, useless, and not seeing a future. Well, let's give them one. Give us decent healthcare so we can treat it. Last year I signed up for health insurance through work, first time I've ever had it. Ours is through Kaiser, so I went there for therapy. They had me come in once every 8 weeks and I saw a different therapist each time. Huge waste of my money and didn't help at all. Stop viewing men's rights movements or other male-centered organizations as an attack on women. There are always sexists that may be associated with some of these movements, just as there are extremists in feminism, but the vast majority just want equality. Also, stop calling every male with views even somewhat aligning with MRA groups an incel. Have women do the sweet slide. Talk to us. First, find out why. Come on women, step up. Bring back the 40-hour work week along with a wage that you can actually live off of. Join them. Help them find meaning in life. Men do not have an intrinsic function that gives them value. They need to go out into the world and generate enough positive benefit to society so they don't feel like dead weight. Teaching us from a young age to deal with emotions would be a good start. Many of us are forced to bottle them up and never express them because that's not manly or some such bullshit. Stop blaming them for all the world's problems would be a good start. In America, women get lots more support for this type of thing for men, so I would hope that we could get the same opportunities for suicide prevention and mental help as women, because most men here are told to man up, and if they have mental problems, they're a pussy or a weakling or a sad excuse for a man. Don't say I hate men. Show them how to masturbate better. Is there a cure for suicidal depression? Or is it just like a test of time? I honestly ask because I wonder what my future holds. I'm typically scared of offing myself, but who knows if in 40 years I won't be. My depression always goes to suicide rather quickly, no matter what I do, and I've held out almost 30 years so far. To know if I'll be able to hold out another 40, and that concerns me. Still wanna die. Reading all these just make me feel more depressed. Lamau. Give us jobs that can support our family. Not a handout, but a real job. The rest will take care of itself. Get more women to kill themselves probably. It's simple really. My GF introduced me to the truth of love, that it cannot be done in one way. There are these things called love languages that can really turn a shit day into an amazing one. There are 5 in total. Find out what his is and do 1 to 2 of them a day and he'll feel infinitely better. As a guy, I can confirm this works. The love languages are physical touch, quality time, acts of service, gift giving, and words of affirmation. There should be a few tests to find out which one his is and what these mean. Stop saying suck it up or man up. Normalize discussions of emotions between men and expression of emotions other than anger and frustration when faced with hardships. Shared group activities are also very therapeutic for us compared with talking about things. Boxing helps me when I'm upset because it allows me to get all the nervous and angry energy out, but it also requires me to control it at the same time too. Opportunities for the controlled release of emotion are great. In my personal experience, fixating on a goal and striving for it helps my mental health immensely because it gives my life structure and focus. I have a really hard time when I don't have a direction to put my energy because my instinct is to direct it inward. Stop telling them to man up when they vocalize a problem. Acknowledge toxic masculinity and how imposing unrealistic emotional expectations on men is harmful to everyone. Stop treating men like an organized group that has some amazing life and accept that men have to deal with just as much bullshit as women, but it's just the smell that is different. Men and women aren't on different teams. We're all getting fucked in the ass by our masters. Deliberately polarizing us is just part of the plan to keep us entertained with the wrong goals. As somebody with a previous attempt and many years of severe depression under their belts, I'm doing okay now and have been for a few years. These are the things that most commonly made me think about it. Crippling debt that lasted many years. Having a job that is slightly above minimum wage just doesn't cut it. There was never an end in sight. Sexual performance-related issues. Many, for me, relationships/hookups and being told in many various ways by many people that I am not good enough, not big enough, don't last long enough, they aren't in what I am into, can't get them off. Basically everything about sex, constantly being told I am bad at every single aspect of it and rarely offering any advice on how to improve. Social and relationship pressure because I live at home. Not being able to talk about my feelings/thoughts with people that purport to love/care about me. General lack of hope for the world as a whole. I don't see the planet being in a good place 20, 30, 50 plus years from now. I think it's going to get really bad, really quickly. And there is little I feel I can do about it. As children, don't tell them the weight of the world is on their shoulders as men, and then when adulthood comes you try and tell them to stop being men. Compliment them without thinking it's gay. Ask. I'm a counselor for the National Suicide Lifeline here in the US, and so many of these men just need someone to listen and tell them I'm proud of them. Just ask.
With